Hey everyone, it's Sean from Crafted Elements, and in this short video, we're just gonna look at mold repair. So I've got a brand new wine bottle mold from us here at Crafted Elements, and I've intentionally had our guys do a really terrible job of trimming it. So we're looking at two different things of fixing. We're looking at taking off any excess trimmings that weren't taken off from us. Clearly we don't make an effort to do that, but you know, sometimes our guys miss stuff, and you might get a mold with some excess, you know, silicone that's kind of from the tooling. So I'm going to show you how to remove that really easily. But I'm also going to show you how to repair this mold. So I've intentionally slit and then pulled apart the corner here, which you can see. And I'm going to show you how to fix that. And I've also put a couple of gashes, divots essentially, in the actual mold body itself. That would typically happen if you're not using mold release, or maybe your mold's getting older and maybe you've used it, you know, 10, 20 times, starting to kind of come apart. So this is going to show you how to actually save that and at least prolong its life a little bit more. While we're on that topic, guys, if you're not using mold release, you're going to have a damaged mold. So you're going to be watching this video a lot more often. So just use the right non-silicone based mold release. We've got a couple on our website, and you can buy them from Amazon. The Energy Chemicals product, the Smooth On Man Ease Release 200 or the Smooth On Man Ease Release 300 are all great products to use before you pour resin in here. So the first thing we're going to do is trim off some of this excess silicone, and the easiest way to do this is with a cuticle trimmer. Guys, if you don't know what this is, I didn't really know what this is before we started this company years ago, but it's essentially, it's actually for trimming your nail cuticles. I would assume it's used mostly by women. I don't want to sound sexist here. I don't really trim my cuticles, but if you're a guy watching this, ask your wife. If you're a woman watching this, you probably already got one. And if you have no freaking idea what I'm talking about, you can get them on Amazon for like $4. But it's basically like a V-shaped blade that will trim your cuticles, or in this case, we're gonna use it for trimming silicone molds. So I'm gonna get zoomed in here so you can see exactly what I'm doing with this. So here's our cuticle trimmer. You've got that V-shaped blade there. And essentially all you're really gonna do is follow the line on a 45-degree angle. So you're not gonna go like this, you're not gonna go like this, you're gonna go on an angle and just go around the perimeter and just trim off that excess stuff. And you can see that it takes that silicone off really nicely. Turn it around and do this. And this is actually how most of the time we trim this stuff if we're not using a hobby knife when we actually pour them here. So pretty easy to do. Gets a nice clean edge. If you want to get really fancy and take the rest of this off, you can do that as well. I'll show you how. But again, you'll see that I'm holding this thing on an angle, and obviously I'm not holding it like this, I'm holding it a little bit out, right? So I guess I've had a lot of experience doing this, but it's very easy to do. And that takes care of that problem. All right, done. So now let's talk about patching a mold, whether it be a torn corner, torn edge, or maybe a divot or a chunk that's gotten taken out of the mold from it being old or not using mold release. The easiest way to fix that is with 100% pure silicone caulking. I do not mean this. This is acrylic caulking, okay? You can also get siliconized acrylic caulking. Don't use that. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever hardware store you've got in your area, and get 100% pure silicone. It can be clear, it can be white. Most people are going to use clear for this because it's, you know, they're relatively clear molds, but I've actually got white for the purpose of actually showing you on the camera a little bit better. If I use clear silicone on a clear mold, it's going to be really hard to see. So I'm going to show you in white, but generally you'll want to use clear 100% silicone. This is Mono Silicone Max. There's also a kitchen bath edition. Doesn't really matter which one you use. They're both 100% pure silicone, and either is fine. Again, zoom in, we'll take a look at this. The first thing I'm going to do is repair this torn corner. Maybe you took your project out the wrong way, or ripped the mold, or whatever it may be. This is actually really easy to repair. We're essentially going to use the silicone like glue, and you do not want to just kind of slather it on there and get it everywhere, because it'd be really hard to get off the rest of the mold. You essentially want to apply it to something like a hobby knife. You could use a putty knife in a pinch, but realistically you want something smaller, something with a little bit more control, something with a sharp edge. So the key is that you're going to want to make sure that you use this to apply and also smooth, because that nice sharp edge is going to really create a smooth seam, or rather seamless seam, if that makes any sense, when you apply the silicone. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of silicone to my knife here, and I'm going to basically open up that wound, so to speak, and just kind of dab it in there to make sure we get good contact of both sides of that tear. And then I can even take, if I haven't used too much, I could take some out. It's not that big of a deal. All right. And then I'm going to let that close up. Now you see the silicone has seeped out of the edges, which is actually what you want. So what I'm going to do now is just use the sharp edge of the knife and just drag it like you would a putty knife. And that effectively is going to take off all that extra silicone and just leave the material in the crack. So watch as I do this. It comes off the mold and really just leaves almost a seamless finish. You can see I'm not stabbing it in there. I'm not using this end. I'm using the flat part of the blade as a putty knife. And you can kind of see, hopefully you can see in the video there, just how kind of perfect that repair is. Once that's set, you might not even be able to feel that seam that you've repaired. Now I'm going to go over, turn this around, and I'm going to repair these divots or these tear outs that I've intentionally put in there. First thing you want to do is, if it's really rough or you've got some extra resin in there, take all that out. You do not want to have resin or anything left in those divots. You want to just make sure they're nice and clean. And you're doing the same thing. You're going to grab a little bit of your silicone, and again, a little is a lot in this case. Put it in there and just work into that area. I'm going to try to angle this. All right, now the magic is again using that blade, but again, I could use the putty knife. I'll show you how it would work with the putty knife. All right. I don't like the putty knife as much. You can see that there's still some material kind of left in there. I find that this actually works better. Watch. You just end up with a smoother finish. Maybe it's just my putty knife. Maybe it's been a little bit worn. I should say, like, one thing to patch a corner or a cut, it's another to patch these divots. This is going to show up in your resin 100%, but it's going to be way easier to sand out a small deviation caused by that than like a huge chunk of the mold missing. I'm going to do the same thing over here and just work that in. And again, I said at the earlier beginning of this video, that's going to be probably a better idea to use clear silicone, just using the white so it shows up better on the video. But generally, if you were doing this, you would definitely want to use clear silicone. And see what's happening here as I drag that knife along, works it into the edge, works it into the divot rather, and then just takes all that excess off because that knife is so sharp, and really there's no difference between the knife blade bottom and the silicone. So you get a nice smooth finish. All right, so summary and takeaways from this video: either use a relatively new sharp non-worn putty knife or a hobby knife. You can even use a razor blade with your fingers. Just be careful not to cut yourself. And you're going to want to use 100% pure silicone, not anything with acrylic in it, not this. If you want to trim off the extra silicone that may have been left from us, sorry, you can use a cuticle trimmer. All right, guys, if you have any questions, post them down below. And then remember to use mold release. You're going to avoid a lot of these tear out and bad issues, destroying your mold, with the proper mold release. And we do have a video on mold release here on our YouTube channel, or you can go to our website, craftedelements.com, and check out the mold releases we have. And of course, if you want to get one of these molds, we have like nearly 200 different large format silicone mold designs for woodworkers, makers, resin artists, just like you. So head over to craftedelements.com to shop your heart out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.